I talked yesterday about a congressman from Tennessee named Andy Ogles who wants to outlaw gag orders in order to obstruct justice and protect Donald Trump. He also introduced a bill that would effectively deport college protesters for utilizing their First Amendment right to redress their government and sound the alarm about what is taking place in Gaza at the hands of the Netanyahu government right now. And now it turns out he's just another George Santos. He is a wannabe Marjorie Taylor Greene. Corrupt. Lied about loaning his campaign hundreds of thousands of dollars when he apparently didn't even have a checking account, doesn't have the kind of money requisite to loan his campaign that kind of money. It seems to be pattern in practice, standard operating procedure for Republicans of this ilk, certainly, to be this corrupt and to lie brazenly. Here's the headline from the local channel there in Nashville, News Channel 5. Sound like a morning DJ. Traffic and weather together. Here it is. Congressman Andy Ogles admits his claims to have loaned $320,000 to his campaign were not true. Shocker. Tennessee Congressman Andy Ogles filed 11 amendments to his campaign finance reports Wednesday, acknowledging that his claims for the last 2 years to have loaned $320,000 to his campaign were untrue. This comes less than 6 months, fewer than 6 months. This comes fewer than 6 months after an exclusive News Channel 5 investigation that questioned whether the Maury County Republicans' campaign reports were accurate. Despite having reported making the $320,000 personal loan, Ogles' personal financial disclosures did not show any substantial investments, not even a savings account. This could be just a replay. What we could have done is just copy and pasted a news article from the George Santos saga and put it right here. It's the same thing. This person happens to have some patina of respectability, of normalcy, where George Santos did not have that. But this is the same kind of thing. This is corruption run amok in the Republican Party. Someone who is desperate to worship at the throne of Donald Trump, to act as an emissary to obstruct justice for Donald Trump, to circumvent constitutional protections of free speech for college students, wanting to send them to the zone of a current genocide, embroiled in his own scandal of his own making. One of the 11 amendments filed Wednesday with the Federal Election Commission, revising reports dating back to April 2022, Ogles says that he actually loaned his campaign $20,000 instead of $320,000 that he had previously claimed. In January, a nonpartisan watchdog group, the Campaign Legal Center, filed a complaint with the Office of Congressional Ethics, citing News Channel 5's reporting and comparing Ogles' conduct to disgraced New York Congressman George Santos. There it is. The expulsion of Representative George Santos for filing false financial disclosure statements and other ethics violations demonstrates why investigations of significant discrepancies in a candidate's financial reporting are warranted, the CLC complaint says. Unexplained inconsistencies in Rep. Ogles' reported finances and allegations of him misrepresenting his background raise fundamental questions for voters about the transparency of their elected representatives. Now, prepare yourself for what will surely come to pass. And that will be Ogles claiming in a very Trumpian way that he's a victim of a witch hunt, that this is only Democrats out to get him because of his brave stance defending Donald Trump. Invariably, that's what's going to happen here because they all just have one script. It's a one-note tune from all of these idiots all the time. It is not clear what, if any, action the Office of Congressional Ethics may have taken behind the scenes and whether they may have prompted Ogles' amendments. The CLC complaint also cited News Channel 5's revelations that Ogles misrepresented his educational and professional credentials, including his claims to be an economist, a trained law enforcement officer, and an expert in international sex crimes. Maybe he's an expert, just not the kind of expert people think. Our investigation discovered that he used the stillborn death of a child to raise nearly $25,000 for a children's burial garden that was never built. Ogles has refused to provide evidence of what he did with the money, which takes the George Santos dog rescue scam to the next level about dead children. What to watch? One, the thing that I've already stated, we should be ready for the excuse, the parade of excuses, the torrent of excuses to come our way from him. The other thing we should wait for is Republican silence, is crickets from Republicans. They're not going to say anything about this. There very well could be an ethics investigation filtering its way through, but your rank and file, your leadership in the Republican Party is going to be silent on this. And they will obviously say, well, we have to wait until the conclusion of the investigation. Because things are tenuous in the Republican majority in the House of Representatives right now, and they need every single warm body that they can get. When special elections aren't going their way, when the American people have the number of the Republican Party, they know that their majority is in peril, not just from the things I just outlined, but also from within. The call's coming from inside the House with people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Thomas Massie from Kentucky. They cannot lead, they cannot legislate, they cannot govern, and it's because they put assholes like this into power. What do you think? I'd love to know. You can call, leave me a voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me as always, daily@dollemore.com. You can also just mix it up in the comments. That will, I don't know if it's a trick, but it certainly will trigger YouTube to share my content and my channel with new prospective viewers to join the family with you. I would appreciate it very much. If you want to help support this work, you can click the join button below this video, become a channel member for $2 a month. You can also go over to my Patreon page, patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. I am on Twitter and Instagram and Threads and TikTok and Facebook and Blue Sky and Notes and Post and all of them at Dollemore. I'd love to see you there. And I will see you next time. You too. Male MTG, Andy Ogles, be genuine. Take care of one another.